Open the meeting law.
I, the undersigned clerk of the Board of Education of Waynoka School District I-3 of Woods County, Oklahoma, do hereby certify that prior to December 15th of the last calendar year, the date, time, and place of this regular meeting was filed in the office of the clerk of Woods County, Oklahoma. If any changes have been made to the date, time, or place of this regular scheduled meeting prior to proper notice in writing is given to the county clerk as required by law, not less than 10 days prior to the implementation of said change. I also certify that at least 24 hours prior to the meeting, excluding Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays, that the date, time, and place and agenda of this meeting was posted in prominent public view at the location of this meeting. Witness my hand and seal of this school district this 4th day of November 2013.
Andy.
Here.
Mindy.
Here.
Here.
Here. Any visitor comments?
I have one thing. That's okay.
Yes.
My family and I just moved to town. I don't know if y'all heard about the haunted house because I know the flyers came out. But we made $300 in proceeds that we'd like to donate to the Reading Incentive program.
Well, thank you. And what's your name?
Laura Scott.
Laura Scott, okay.
Thank you. You're very welcome.
And that was from Haunted House?
Yes, we borrowed the saddle club. We got permission to use that.
Oh, okay.
Is comment questions also?
Yes.
Okay. I had one. We're about to have the school play, and I think it's great, but I was wondering why it was so expensive. Does everybody know how much it's gonna cost to get in? It's $10 for adults, $5 for children. I just thought it was high.
Well, it's a fundraiser, and I guess we'll see how many people turn out for it.
Well, I think people will come. I don't think that's the, I don't mean it to be derogatory. I just mean the kids are doing it in school, practicing, and most all parents want to come. It's just, it's a lot of money.
Just to make a comment on it, our last trip that we took for a reading, just to go to a movie, and our kids did bring $5 to help pay for the food, which didn't pay for all of it, but that was $2,000.
I know the trips are very expensive.
And these kids work hard, and I want to try to make sure that they get to go do some fun things. So that's, if you look at that, $10 and $5. If you're coming to the play in the spring, it's $20, and it's the same money, except you get a meal.
Okay. I was just curious. I mean, I know there was a tremendous turnout last year, no doubt. It was full. I don't remember what it cost. I didn't remember it being that much. I'm not concerned about myself. There are, 38% of the students here on free or reduced lunches in Waynoka? I think that's my recollection, which is well below the national or the state average, but still a lot. That's all. I just was curious. I know the ERA program is a good thing. I'm not trying to downplay that. I just think that it might be a little excessive.
Okay.
That's all.
Is that all you had?
Mhm.
Did you guys have anything?
Any other comments?
Well, thank you for that comment. Thank you for
The donation?
the donation.
I have one more question, if I may. My son, I have a second grader and a fourth grader here. And my youngest son has commented to me about how he seems to be completing his assignments quicker than the other kids in class, and he's very much the go-getter who wants to be challenged and please everybody. I understand that we have missed the deadline for testing for promotion, but since he was actually in kindergarten, I've been trying to get him tested to be promoted to the next grade level. At that point in time, I was not able to test him to promote because they had told me that if he tested that there were too many kids in first grade, so he'd have to go to a different school. And since he has an older brother in class, I didn't want him to have to go to a different school and have that. So, I understand that I wouldn't be able to have an answer at this meeting, but I'd like that to be brought up in the future and see if perhaps he can get tested instead of wait another entire school year to be placed into the 3rd grade.
Mr. Tackett, are you taking notes?
Mm-hmm. I've talked to her already. I can get
Okay.
that on the next agenda item because it needs to go before the board.
Okay. Okay, item number 5. All of the following items will be approved by one vote unless any board member desires to have a separate vote on any or all of these items. The consent agenda consists of the discussion, consideration, and approval of the following items. Items number A through G.
I'll just make some financial report statements a little bit, just go over a couple of things. One of the things that I look at is where are we at compared to this time last year. Right now we're about we're a little over $200,000 above, about $205,000 above what we collected last year at this time. One of the big things is, again, our gross production money is up quite a bit. It's let me get my page. Right now, the money collected, we're $173,369.90 above what we had collected up to this point last year. If you look at the page 5 of in your packet where it says page 5, it shows that we're really a little higher than that, but there's $38,639.55 that was donated for the trailer. So you need to take that out because that's really not, to me, that's not real money because it already has a place to go. Another thing, like I said, the gross production money is about I think $121,000 higher than it was at this time last year. So that helps, and we're still looking for a significant increase in ad valorem taxes in January. At the last meeting, I said that I would try to get the budget to about between 12 and 15% less than what we were really budgeted, and try to work my budget off of that. And we've been trying to do that, or I've been trying to do that. Lori and I finished that up this afternoon. And because we're not using any building fund money, I can't get it down to that 12, 15%. I mean, I could do it if I wanted to, pay some of the things I've been paying out of building fund, but we're still under. Even by not using any building fund money, we're still under our budgeted amount by quite a bit. So, we can still watch it and everything. And if it's not going to work, I can move some encumbrances over to building fund. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think my January check's going to be good enough that we can continue just to spend out of the general fund for a while. Really, nothing else going on right now. As far as those kind of things go, the rest of my report I'll do during my superintendent's report.
Are there any items on number 5, A through G, that need to be voted on separately?
I'll move we approve items A through G.
Second.
Motion by Rick, and second by Mindy on item 5. Andy?
Yes.
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 Yes. Superintendent's report, number 6.
Okay, I got a few things. Number 1, we have the play tomorrow night at 7. I know the kids have put in a lot of time, and Mr. Mayweather and several of the teachers have put in a lot of time preparing costumes and getting everything ready. I think everybody's kind of looking forward to that. Last week your kids may have came home and said it was burning up in the building. We had a air compressor go out that moves air through the system, and when there's not forced air through the system, as a safety precaution, it kicks on the heaters so you don't freeze up in the wintertime. Well, so we were actually heating our classrooms for 2 or 3 days last week. I went to Enid and got an air compressor, and they got that hooked up. I think it was Friday when they finally got it completely going. So that's taken care of. Now it'll probably get cold, and that won't be a problem. But it was a problem last week. We've put some new paint on the walls in the gym and should finish the touch-up Wednesday. Chuck started on the girls' bathroom. I thought he would have it finished this week, but there hadn't been a lot of progress in the last couple of days, so I'm going to have to get on that to get that finished. Our elementary boys won the Moreland 5th and 6th grade tournament. If you were over there, they really, really played well. Girls finished 4th. Those little boys, they have a lot of talent. High school football team finishes the regular season Friday, and if they win at Boise City, they will make the playoffs. The stock trailer that the group from Alva awarded us, it's been ordered. They're drawing up the spec sheet and the final prices, and they're supposed to get back with Mr. Huzar and I to sign off on that. I talked to him today, and they still haven't got the final thing on that. I got the letter from the State Department regarding we're listed as 100% highly qualified for our federal programs. That's a big deal because there's a lot of hoops we have to jump through if we don't have 100% highly qualified teachers, and different reasons for a teacher not to be highly qualified. Maybe they don't have it on their certificate or something like that. Some things are kind of, I don't know. I think we know what we're doing and should be able to get by with it. But anyway, we've got the letter saying we're 100% highly qualified. Class size and enrollment numbers, I got them today. November 1st, we were at 283 kids. I actually got a call Friday from the State Department and asked if our numbers was really that high from last year, because they thought we'd maybe padded our numbers on one of the reports we sent in last week. And I said nope. And see, they asked me if we went to full day pre-K, because that was different than last year. And I said yes. So they said okay, that's all we needed. I received notice today that last month we applied for that deregulation for the library, and I got my okay on it. So that's pretty much all I have. Anybody have any questions?
I have one question on the finances. When you were talking about being able to stay pulling out of the general fund, do you, if everything stays the way it's been going, do you anticipate doing that
Just staying with the general fund?
through
Yes.
the rest of the year?
Yes. Unless I get surprised in January, we'll be fine. And I'm still under budget right now, but I can't get it to my 15%.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably just a couple things to add there. Our football boys are one game away from the playoffs, which is quite a turnaround of a few years of struggling and kind of getting that program turned around a little bit, which is a positive thing for our school. The other thing is we got an email today saying that our site report cards are done. It doesn't have the district report card, but our site report cards are supposed to be finalized. I will not report on that until I see it in black and white, because it's changed 9 times. So if it stands the way it is, I mean, we're probably, we've done well, but we'll just kind of see how it all unfolds. It's been such a, people are upset, and all schools are upset across the state with how a lot of the calculations are, and I can't say that they're all good, but and fair. because there's issues with all of it, but the one thing that I look at out of the deal is the passing of the test. And I feel like as long as our kids do well on end of instruction test and our state test for elementary, we're doing as good as possible. I do know I've talked to some schools that I'm always chasing, that I think they're chasing us now because they did contact us here at school and at a meeting that Mr. Tack and I was at, and trying to find out what our scores were. So, and we were better than those schools. So this next meeting, hopefully we'll have something in black and white that we can report for sure. I hate to say anything without having it in hand because it may change.
Thank you, Mr. Merriweather.
Okay, item number 7. Presentation of annual dropout report for 2012 through 2013 school year.
I think this is the third year, maybe the fourth, but it's third or fourth year that they've made us, we have to send a report into the State Department, showing that this was a board agenda item and how it was voted, and that it was voted to accept the annual dropout report. That's so we won't be having a number of dropouts and y'all not be aware of it. I mean, that's what it's supposed to be. So Mr.
And
Merriweather has that.
And we don't have any dropouts, but
This is for the 2012-13 school year.
right, and we've got 0. And Mr. Tackett's right. And if you looked at some other schools, there's going to be dropouts, and we could have one, and it's usually can be based on the seniors moving in and those kind of things, because usually we get our kids squared away over time. If they're here a few years, I'm sure we'll get them to pass those tests and get ready for those through remediation and things. So we've been successful with this report for quite a few years. So we're doing a lot of good things there. So a lot of good things a lot of schools can't say that they're able to accomplish.
Okay. So there's no dropouts, no.
No. Can I get a motion to accept the dropout report from
Need a
Mr.
motion
Merriweather?
to accept that dropout report.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Andy,
Second?
second by Rick. Mindy?
Yes.
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 Item number 8, vote to accept or not to accept a letter from George Huzar to replace lost receipt for purchase made during Tulsa Livestock Show.
Okay, just like we hand ours in, or everybody, and Mr. Huzar during the Tulsa Stock Show lost one ticket. It was an Arby's ticket in the amount of $8.13, and we have to have something so we can go ahead and pay him back. So our auditor will have a paper trail. And here's his letter. Dear members of the board, I, George Huzar, take responsibility for failing to provide a receipt on a purchase made on a school credit card. I was at the Tulsa State Fair Livestock Show on the 3rd of October 2013 when this took place. The transaction was for a meal at Arby's in the amount of $8.13. And I'd like to be able to pay Mr. Huzar that, refund him that money. So if
I
I
move
could-
we accept his letter.
Second.
Motion by Rick, second by Andy. Mindy?
Yes.
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 Any new business?
no new business that I'm aware of.
Have a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
Motion by Andy, second by Mindy. Rick?
Yes.
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 Thank you.